Leeds fans, stop scrolling right now. Elland Road is on edge. And one number just leaked that explains everything. 3. That's it. Just 3. We have an explosive report on Daniel Farke's future that the 49ers are ignoring, an exclusive update on a £25 million striker target, and a final verdict on the Ivan Toney rumors. The 49ers are facing a decision that could define our entire season, and here's the first payoff. The data point that changes the game, that number, 3. It's the total number of Premier League away wins Daniel Farke has in his entire career, and we are living through the consequences right now. If you bleed white more than you hate the scum, smash that like button now. We start with the crisis at the very top, the data that proves a change is needed. Stay locked. The international break is supposed to be a reset. For Leeds United, it feels like a pressure cooker, and the lid is rattling. The fan base is demanding answers, the results aren't coming, and the data is frankly terrifying. We are teetering on the edge, and the core issue is obvious. Our away form is dreadful. We've managed just one single victory on the road this season, that 3-1 win against Wolves. Only Forest, Fulham, and Wolves have picked up fewer points on their travels. This isn't just bad luck, it's a pattern. A deeply worrying pattern that follows the manager everywhere he goes. And the man at the center of it? The manager, Daniel Farke. Here is the bombshell statistic that the 49ers are seemingly ignoring. In his entire Premier League career, Farke has managed only 3 wins away from home. 3. His teams average just 0.62 points per game in the top flight. If you average that over a 38-game season, you get 23 points. That is automatic relegation. That is abject failure. It's a refusal to adapt his tactics on the road, playing the same open style that gets picked apart by home crowds. And yet, the news breaking this week is that Farke retains the full backing of the board. This is the major error. The 49ers are looking at this lackluster start, looking at this data, and deciding to do nothing. This is the perfect time to make a change, to bring in a new voice before the brutal Christmas fixtures bury us in the bottom 3. Why are they being so passive? Is it loyalty? Is it a lack of options? Or is it just bad ownership? Because the patience of the emotional Leeds fans, as we are often called, is wearing thin. We remember Marcelo Bielsa, a man who understood the passion of Elland Road, who made us believe. Farke just seems to be testing that belief. The conversation has, of course, turned to who could replace him. The names being mentioned behind the scenes are exactly who you'd expect. Carlos Corberan is a name that won't go away, given his history here and his tactical flexibility. Others have mentioned Steven Gerrard, desperate for a Premier League return, and even Marco Rose, though he seems unlikely. The goal for Leeds must be survival. We need a manager with a track record of avoiding relegation, someone who can organize this defense and, crucially, figure out how to win, or at least draw, away from Elland Road. Is Daniel Farke that man? The evidence says absolutely not. Let me know in the comments, do you believe the 49ers are right to back Farke? Or is this the biggest mistake of their ownership so far? Hit like if you think a change is needed right now. But the crisis on the touchline is nothing compared to the crisis in the 6-yard box. While Farke struggles for tactics, the recruitment team is failing to find goals. And the latest rumor involves a name that simply won't solve the problem. Let's cut straight to the chase on this one, because the rumors are flying, and they need to be shut down. The name everyone is whispering about, Ivan Toney. Stop right there. We can exclusively confirm, via transfer guru Graham Bailey, that Ivan Toney is not on Leeds United's radar. He has not been discussed by the club. He is not in the mix. This is a fantasy. Toney, who is currently 29 and scoring goals for fun in Saudi Arabia, 41 goals in 59 games for Al Ahly, is being linked with a Premier League return. But Graham Bailey confirms the clubs interested are Everton, West Ham, and Tottenham. Leeds are not in that conversation, and Bailey was told Toney isn't looking to leave the Middle East right now anyway. So, why does this matter? It matters because it highlights our desperation. We are teetering just one single point above the relegation zone. The reason? We cannot score. We have just 10 goals in 11 games. Our entire strike force, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Lucas Mecha, Joel Pirro, and the young Harry Gray has a combined 3 goals between them. 3. It's pathetic. Calvert-Lewin looks a shadow of his former self. Pirro seems lost in the step-up, and Mecha has been invisible. Harry Gray is still waiting for Farke to give him a real chance in the top flight, but the others, they aren't cutting it. A striker must be the highest priority in the January window. If we wait until the window opens, we could be completely marooned in the bottom 3, thanks to our brutal upcoming fixtures. But if Tony is off the table, who is on it? This is where it gets complicated. Robbie Evans has claimed the club would rather not spend in January, stating that Leeds maxed out their PSR leeway in the summer. We failed in late attempts for Fakino Bonanot and Harry Wilson, so maybe some funds are available, but we certainly don't have buckets of cash to splash. This shrinks the pool of targets dramatically. One name that continues to be linked, and is far more realistic, is Coventry City's Haji Wright. His 9 goals have fired Frank Lampard's team to the top of the championship. He is an informed striker, and we are desperate. The question is, will Coventry sell their star man while they are pushing for promotion? And can Leeds even afford him? It's a mess. The club needs firepower to survive, but the finances are tight, and the big names are not on the list. Do you trust this board to find the striker we need in January, or are we heading for relegation with this current front line? Comment your realistic striker target below. But while the club publicly denies interest in Tony, their actions behind the scenes tell a very different story. Because Leeds scouts were in attendance for a major international match this week, and they weren't there for the atmosphere. The Aviva Stadium in Dublin, Thursday night, Republic of Ireland versus Portugal. The focus was supposed to be on one man, Cristiano Ronaldo. But by the end of the night, Ronaldo was embarrassed, shown a straight red card for an elbow on Dara O'Shea, and the entire stadium was chanting the name of a 23-year-old Irishman. Leeds United scouts were in attendance. This wasn't a casual trip. They were there, according to our chief correspondent Graham Bailey, for one specific reason. They were there to watch the man who scored both goals in a 2-0 win. The man who is having a quite remarkable season. His name is Troy Parrott. This isn't the first time Leeds have been linked. The club was interested in the summer, but Parrott reportedly rejected the move, opting instead for AZ Alkmaar. That move has been a masterstroke for him. He has scored 13 goals in just 14 appearances for the Dutch side this season, plus his 2 international goals in front of the Leeds representatives. He is, quite simply, on fire. He is the exact profile of player Leeds should be targeting: young, hungry, and with a skyrocketing valuation. But here comes the inevitable problem: the price. Sources have informed us that AZ Alkmaar would demand a sum in the region of £25 million to sell Parrott this winter. Why so high? Because of Tottenham. AZ signed Parrott from Spurs in July 2024 for just £6.7 million, but Daniel Levy, in typical fashion, inserted a 20% sell-on clause. If AZ sell Parrott for £25 million, £5 million of that goes straight back to North London. Furthermore, Parrott is locked into a contract until July 2029. AZ Alkmaar are in no rush and no position where they need to sell their talisman. This is the reality of the market. We need a £25 million striker, but we have a manager who can't win away from home and a board that claims the PSR leeway is maxed out. Something doesn't add up. We also understand Leeds are monitoring Ismail Sabari of PSV Eindhoven, another player shining in the Netherlands with 10 goals in 17 appearances. The intent is there. The scouting department is doing its job. They are finding the talent. But will the 49ers pull the trigger? Is £25 million for a red-hot, 23-year-old striker too much? Or is it the exact price of Premier League survival? Let me know, Parrott or Haji, right? Which move makes more sense? But as we debate transfers, the entire season hinges on these 3 interconnected stories, and the conclusion is stark. 3 stories. 1 terrifying reality. We have a manager in Daniel Farke, who is statistically proven to be a relegation-level manager. In the Premier League, with an away record that is poisoning our season, we have a recruitment team that is correctly identifying our critical weakness: a complete lack of goals, but is being linked to fantasy targets like Ivan Toney, while the board simultaneously claims the bank is empty. And we have the one ray of hope, a genuinely exciting £25 million target in Troy Parrott, who our scouts just watched outshine Cristiano Ronaldo, but whose price tag seems to clash directly with the club's supposed financial constraints. This is the crossroads of our season. The 49ers' decision on Farke is an error, but their decision in January will be fatal or foundational. We cannot survive with this attack. We cannot survive with this away form. This is not the championship. This is the Premier League, and it is ruthless. Elland Road deserves better than 10 goals in 11 games. It deserves better than 0.62 points per game. The 49ers bought a Premier League club. and they are currently managing it like a mid-table championship side. The international break is the time for hard decisions, not for quiet backing of a failing manager. The entire season boils down to this: will the board spend the £25 million required for a player like Parrott to save the manager they are incorrectly backing? Or will they sack the manager and try to find a cheaper solution? Here is what I need from every single Leeds fan watching this. 1. Smash that like button if you believe Troy Parrott is the exact kind of signing we need to make, regardless of the manager. TWO. Drop a comment with your blunt answer, Fark or Parrott. If you can only save one, who is more important to our future? And 3. You must subscribe to this channel. We are marching together, and we need every voice to show the board what we demand. We are tracking the Fark situation daily. But listen close, here is the edge of the cliff. A source inside Elland Road claims the dressing room is split. Half the players believe Fark's system is the problem, while the other half blames the strikers for failing to execute. That tension is set to explode before the next match, and there are whispers of a players-only meeting. And on top of that, our relegation rivals, Everton and West Ham, the two clubs also tracking Ivan Toney, are reportedly close to activating release clauses for their January targets. If they strengthen and we stay stagnant, we are going down. The clock is ticking. The 49ers must act, or they will be the owners of a very, very expensive championship club. Marching on together isn't just a slogan, it's a demand. Hit subscribe. Stay locked. The next 72 hours are critical.